Welcome surfers, this is Joele and this is Rustlers. In this video, Atom 1.3, we are exploring composite types in Rust. Tuples, arrays and slices. Jump in with tuples. A tuple in Rust can store multiple values, even of different types, all packed into a single unit. Let's look at a simple example. We can create a 3D point as a tuple. Let point as a tuple of I32 elements equals to 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we can destructure it. Destructure into separate values. For example, let x, y, and z. Now we have three different values, and we can access these values in various ways. For example, we can print the three separate values. X is equal to, y is equal to, and z is equal to x, y, and z. Okay. And we can also access directly the single element of the tuple with a index. So print line. We can access the first element, and the first element is point dot 0. Okay. Take a look at the result. I forgot something. Okay, print line. Okay. And I forgot some column here. Okay. Try again. And this is the right code. So we have a tuple and we decomposed the structure it into separate variables called x, y, and z. Tuples are a great choice for returning multiple values from a function. Something you'll do all the time in Rust. We can write a simple function, the min-max function, and this code scans through a slice and returns both the smallest and the largest number as a tuple. So, a tuple, sorry. So, the function is min-max. Okay. We have a slice of values. We talk about slice in the next atom. A slice of I32 integers and return a tuple of two values, the min and the max value, also I32. Okay, as you can see, the signature is very clean, very elegant, very minimalist. Let mute min equals to values 0. We can init the min and the max value. Let mute max as values 0. Sorry. we can iterate through these values. So let value in values, and if v is less than min, min is equal to v. Okay, this is a if. Perfect. And if v is greater than max, max is equal to v. Perfect. At the end, this is for no, don't let me. Okay, for v in values. Perfect. Now we can return a tuple with min and max values. The pronunciation is always tuple, not tuple. Okay. Perfect. This is our function that return a tuple. And now we can create a list of numbers. I don't know, 10, 2, 300, minus 5, and 42, the answer to the main question of the universe. And now we have the low and the high number, min, max, norms. Okay. Perfect. We can try to build and run with cargo this code. Okay, the code run, but I need to print something to see the two values, so I can print the min value equals to something, and the max value equals to something. Okay. And something is low and high. Okay. Try again. Perfect. As we can see, using a tuple is very easy in Rust when you must return multiple values from a function. We get, in this case, both results at once in a clean and type-safe way. And just so you know, even this, the unit type, let's write the unit type here as a comment. This is actually a tuple in Rust, but is a special tuple with 0 element. Next up, we talk about arrays. Arrays are fixed size collections of homogeneous element, meaning every item must be of the same type. You can access items, the single element of the array, by index. We can do an example of array use. So let's declare an array of strings, specifically of slice of strings. Let months equal to January, February, March, and so on so forth. Okay, is enough. And we can also declare another array of numbers, of integer numbers. Numbers array we specify the type. The type is I32 integers. Sorry, I32. Okay. An array of 5 elements. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We have two arrays, and now we can access the single element of these arrays. For example, we can print the first month. Print line the first month is months index 0. Like in any programming language, more or less, in Rust we can start from 0 when we access to the element of an array by index. Okay. We can also print the length of an array. So print line the length is new array dot len. The code looks good, so we can try to build and run. Cargo run. Perfect. We have the first month in this line and the length of the second array in this line. Rust array support also handy initialization. For example, we can create a filled array of zeros in this way. Zeros, 8. Print this array just to see it inside. Print line zeros. And we print all element with this notation. Is a debug print notation. Perfect. Let's compile again. Expected one. Okay, this is wrong because we need a semicolon here. So insert a semicolon just here. Okay. Perfect. As you can see, we have 8 element array with all zeros. There is a 0 for each element. Loop through an array is also pretty easy with the for construct. For example, I can loop through this new array for zeros in zeros, print line the value in this case is z. Perfect. And now the system loop through the array and do the print for each element of the array. One key point, this is a very important point. Array size is part of the type of the array. So this means that this I32, for example, 3, is not the same thing of I32, 4. These two types are not compatible because Rust enforces the size of the array at compile time, and this is very important to guarantee the safety of the code. Finally, we can end this video talk about slices, one of the most elegant ideas in Rust. A slice is a view into some contiguous memory, like an array, for example. But the slice doesn't own the data, it just borrows it. This is a very important concept in Rust, and we talk about this concept in depth in many of the next atoms. For now, we can focus on slice with an example. Okay, I have the zeros array. I can create a slice of this array. Let zeros slice of type slice of I32. This is the notation of the slice type. Okay. And this slice is equal to slice of array. Perfect. If I print this, zeros. Okay. I can print this slice and I have the same result of printing the entire array. So slice of zeros is equal at something in the bag. Okay. Slice, zeros, slice. Perfect. We can also take a slice of a section of the array, not the entire array. For example, in this case, I can let middle is a slice of an array, but in this case we can take from 1 to 4. Okay. And now we can print also the middle. Middle slice of zeros. Always the same thing. I forgot this. Perfect. And now I can print middle. Okay, very good. Let's see if this code can compile. Zero slice. Okay, there is a problem with the name. Zeros slice. Okay, this is. Okay, we have a problem. Okay, the name of array is not R, but is zeros. And also here we forgot zeros, the name of the array. Okay. Try again. Perfect. As you can see, with the first attempt of slicing, we have sliced the entire array, so we say the same thing of printing the entire array. When we choose a specific window of the array, we see only 3 values. This is the 3 value in these specific windows, the windows from 1 to 4 exclusive. Okay, for today's video is all. See you in the next Rustlers Atom, and don't forget to keep your thinking up.